Well, good morning, and it's Beasley the Wizard here. Strange things sometimes happen with my cameras, and things sometimes come in the mirror, kind of. But my t-shirt today says Think Differently, and it's got different colors of brains representing maybe different kinds of people. There's a lot of different things that are on my mind that want to come out, and where do most of my things come from? Primarily, they come from things that I've read. My personal history is that I've been an avid reader since I was a boy, and I've just constantly gone into many different topics, from science to religion, to metaphysics, how to make weather, acting. I mean, it's just countless things that I've had interest in. I've always been very curious about things. So, and then with the invention of the internet, just the ability to go and keep hyperlinking into different things, and I've just read and read and read and read and read and read. So, primarily that's the source of my information. I've been to seminars, I've been to university, I've been to college, standard high school, and then just talking with kind of interesting people. And then I also get information that comes from, it might be in some of my other videos I talk about it, the fields that we're involved with, the fields that surround us, the invisible fields of consciousness, and the beings that live there. There are beings that live in other dimensions, and, believe it or not, that's true. So without further ado, the topics that I'm going to talk about to begin with are going to be what's going on right now in the world, and is there any great change? Is there going to be a new world? Is there going to be different ideas of prophecies? So those are the kind of things. So the general topic, the general heading of today's little video is going to be updates that you can see that you can't even get the words out because it's a lot of times it's hard to come up with words. I don't know if you call it a brain farts or things, but maybe it's just lost in translation. The Bill Murray movie that was so cute. Some of the things that are coming up and coming to mind have to do with personal issues, like why is it that people get sick? Old school thinking, very old school thinking, was the idea that people were possessed by demons, and the demons were the ones that caused people to have sickness. So this would be like if you were looking at biblical teachings and the story of Jesus. Jesus did some healings by casting out demons, and the demons went into a herd of pigs, and the pigs went roaring down into the lake and drowned, and that was the end of the demons. So the one theory there is the demon theory. Medical science today, I don't know. A lot of times they talk about biochemical imbalances that lead to problems. Things sometimes like things with your bones and with your muscles. They call it just general aging, wear and tear. Sometimes there's a lot of different things that they come up with: viruses, bacterial infections. Those are probably some of the basic things why modern medicine says that you get sick. Environmental toxins, things like, the things that drive me bonkers are people that say on one hand, a glass of wine a night is good for you because of the resolved. There's some I can't pronounce it, but there was a chemical in red wine. It was on 60 Minutes years ago, and they said that was the French paradox, that if you drank red wine, it counteracted a lot of other problems like too much fat in your diet. And then there's other doctors that say, no, don't drink anything at all. Alcohol is a total poison. I've got a little bit of biochemistry background, and we do have enzymes. Alcohol dehydrogenase is the enzyme that basically will break down alcohol in your body. So small amounts of alcohol are present even if you buy fresh fruit. Fresh fruit will have a certain small proportion of different chemicals, and if they were in large quantities, people would consider them toxic and poisonous. But basically, yeah, small amounts of poisons are in your food, and not GMO food, regular food. Long before GMO came along, plants use these kind of toxins to keep insects, for example, from eating them, and other animals and things. So, the web of life is very curious how Mother Nature created things. Let's see. So we talked about possible causes of diseases. We talked about the demons, and we talked about the different modern medical ways of looking at disease. Other ideas might be really far out. That might be Philip K. Dick, who wrote a lot of books and movies. That author said that in his own personal experience, he received transmissions from a satellite, a computer kind of satellite that basically was afflicting him. The same kind of an idea was in the Space Odyssey movies, where you got kind of a crazy computer named HAL that starts to turn against its human friends or masters or the creators. So, that's really far out, but if you look into technology, these things are available, and they have been available since at least the 1970s. The field is called psionics, Psionics, psionics. And, whether it's true or not, you can do your homework and do your research, or look up psionics, and you'll see that, using microwaves, for example, you could beam microwaves at people's heads and use computers to generate signals that are sent through microwaves that hit you in the head, and then they reverberate on your skull and create sounds in your head that can mimic human voices or voices of God, for example. If you look into the science, it's not that far-fetched. I remember reading in Popular Science about this same kind of thing, where you didn't need a speaker in your house. You could use something like a window to be a speaker, and there's different ideas that you can spy on people by sending laser light at a window in the office where you're working, and there's enough vibration on that window from the air, from your voice to the air to the window, that the laser can pick up. Laser can pick up those vibrations and hook it up to a computer, and you can figure out what people are saying. I don't know. There's lots of kooky things, fun things from television about this. There's just so many things. I could go on and on. So anyway, we've been talking about a lot of different things. If we were going to go one step further, we could talk about, like if there were some kind of superheroes that had superpowers. I know this is always considered to be fictional, but both the Russian government and the American government, probably the Chinese government, I don't know how many governments, but they've researched this thing, human potential movement, and the famous movie out of Hollywood was The Men Who Stare at Goats, George Clooney movie. So you can look at that, and it's definitely been studied, the possibility that humans could have superpowers. Do your homework, go look up at that, and and this is where I get my information, just years and years of reading and watching movies, and just putting it all together and into a little interesting note for you. So a lot of different topics that I can go on. I'll probably have some more videos that I'll be making today. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, and I hope you get some interesting ideas from it. I'm Beasley the Wizard, also known as Burroughs Bobby on Instagram, and R. David Burrows on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.